because in India we have lot of restrictions to say certain things, not to share, and I know as soon as Pastor said, he was very particular that I have to share my testimony, and I didn't prepare anything. I said, Lord, whatever you want me to talk, let it come out of my mouth.
Amen.
So I was born to a pastor's family as the eldest daughter, and as soon as I was born, and my father gave birth to, my parents gave birth to two other girls within 2-3 years gap. So I was taken by my grandmother at the age of 5 to live with her. And till the age of 10, I was not with my parents. And at the age of 11, my parents are godly parents. They love God and they dedicated their life for Jesus. But that time they were not aware of the child, how to to bring up, because another 2 kids were there. So my grandmother was very angry with my father. He took me away from them, and I was with my grandmother, and I know only once a year I can see my parents. What I could see is only the pictures. I still remember as a small child looking at the picture and crying. And it was like at the age of 11, I was reunited with my parents, but I carried that pain. I carried that pain for a long time. And because of that, I lacked recognition. I was looking for recognition. I was looking for love everywhere in the wrong places. So, if somebody comes and tells me, you are so beautiful, and if they say a small loving word or just a pat, immediately I'll fall for it. Because I've been deprived of that mother's, the parents' love and care. And my grandparents were good, but they were so frustrated. And I went through a lot which I don't want to bring it those poor grandparents, they don't know that all those things were abuse. But without even knowing it, in India, I think Brother Sam from India, people can understand how I went through. So that rejection I carried, even though I was a pastor's child, I was leading worship, I was singing in the front, and everything was there, God was there, but that pain was there.
Yeah.
That hurt, I was not healed. So that was the place where Satan can come and go. He could, because of that unhealed wound, Then I got married at the age of 22, and I had a very tough time. Because, when there is a space for something that hurt, pain, bitterness, you cannot be happy. Nothing can make you happy. You can have best of things in your life, but still there will be a gap. There will be a void. So I got married and I went through a broken marriage. I was not loved. Yesterday when I was walking through the streets of Newark, I was thinking, at the age of 23 with 9 months old boy, without even wearing a slippers, I was chased out of the house in the midnight. And I was walking on the street. And yesterday when I walked on the street of Newark, I just thank God, Lord, I was walking on the street of Hyderabad like I was an orphan. But now, where have you brought me? Where have you put me? Where I am now? So it is His hand, And I went through a broken marriage. And I got divorced with a son then for 7 years I was with my parents. Again, that was hardship, because it is not easy in India to be a single parent, to be divorced. It was like, that was a pastor's kid. And everyone started to see me as a curse, because poor pastor, he has to go through this because of this girl. And that was big pain. Then again, one of the believer in our church, he said, she's so young, she should get married. My father was very much against divorce and against remarriage. But one thing, and one of the believer got me married to a man of God. And I always think whenever the people preach, no, oh, God hates divorce. I always think, Lord, why did I do something wrong? What was? Then God taught me one lesson. If you are not the reason for this divorce, I see you as a fresh child. I see you as a new creation. You won't carry that anymore with you. That was the revelation God gave me. If you are not the reason, I said, Lord, yes, I am not the reason. I really wanted that marriage to work. So that was, then I got married and I got a child, and still I was struggling, still I was falling down, getting up, but God did not leave me. As parents, I want to tell you, if you're praying for your child might go through anything, but one day God will bring your child back. That is not, he has put a mark on the head. When the mark is on the head, no, there is no going back. So no need to worry. So God started to work in me and started to heal me, gave me a very good job in a government college. So that time I was not qualified according to the government, but God qualified me and gave me a government job, gave me a salary, and put me in the, he started to lift me. When he was lifting me up and up and up, all the things were wearing off, all the pain, the hurt, the bitterness, and everything went away. And one day God called me that I was very comfortable, earning a lot, and nicely going for shopping and all these things. God said, come. This is the time, step out. So now, still I'm working in college. Maybe next time, God willing, if I come, I'll come as a full-time minister of God. So God said, when I was going through hard time in my workplace, I told my senior, I said, God has planted me here. No man can pluck me out. You can try anything, but you cannot pluck me out. When God takes me out, nobody can retain me. That was my word. And God reminded me of that word. Said, you said right? You said, if God plants, nobody can pluck. When God takes, nobody can keep you. So this is the time I want to take you. You come out. So God has called me, and I want to help people who are in need. God has given me a vision. Engedi. Engedi is a oasis, that is stream in the desert. Engedi Ministries, where it is a helpline ministry to help people who are in need. Because when I went through, I had to walk alone. I could not go and share anything because people were so judgmental. I cannot just say, even if I'm tempted and I was falling into sin, I could not share it with anybody. But this is God said this ministry, it is a counseling ministry. He said, you should not judge anybody. You should accept people as they are. I will give you, because I have gone through all the phases of life, I can understand better the people when they go through things. So that is the helpline ministry I have started. And I want to do great things for God. One thing I want to tell you, only one thing, that is, the valley is inevitable for the Christians. Valley is inevitable for the Christians, but valley is not the destiny. It is not the end. So what makes the valley is two mountains, no? In between is valley. So at the end of the valley, there is a mountain. So there is a mountain that you can climb. So I really thank you all. Thank Pastor for this wonderful opportunity. Sorry if I take a little more time. Thank you so much for the opportunity.